on October 7th on Simchat Torah Shabbat, and they were the victim of this attack. And thank God they were survived, and they are here tonight with us. They're going to share their story with us. So please welcome them. I'm going to give Leah, she's a representative of Ilanit Renana. She's going to introduce them also in more detail, also tell a few words about our organizations.
Great, thank you. So good evening, everybody. My name is Leah Beat, and I've been the spokesperson of Ilanit Renana for more than 23 years now. And thank you, first of all, for inviting us and coming to listen and who know who we are and meet our guests here tonight. I wanted to tell you a little about what is Ilanit Renana. Ilanit Renana is Israel's largest health support organization. It's like many organizations coming together on one roof. Ilanit Renana in Israel helps the sick with cancer and other diseases. We have the elderly, the people who confront mental health problems, also, especially children. It's really like one huge organization that is helping in many, many ways. Every time when we help, a group of people, we embrace them, we give them all the services that they need. And one of the top things that we're doing is the bone marrow registry, which is the largest Jewish bone marrow registry. Ilanit Renana has in its registry more than 1.2 million potential donors, and have saved more than 5,000 people around the world. Like it's an amazing number. Jewish people, no matter where they live, when they need bone marrow transplant, Ilanit Renana is the address that can help them. And I'm privileged and honored to be it's like a privilege to go abroad and see in many communities people that needed bone marrow, and only thanks to our registry, they found their genetic twin. So that's Ilanit Renana in short. Unfortunately, Ilanit Renana has a lot of experience dealing with emergencies, because of all the emergencies that we had in Israel. So also these days, when we have the war, when it started, Ilanit Renana started, it's like we have a very strong connection with the IDF all the time. And now also, we joined the IDF, especially with the home front unit, the hospitals, the Ministry of Health, the local government, and we started giving many, many, many services, both to citizens and to soldiers that were injured. And for example, we take them by our ambulances to hospitals, to rehabilitation centers, sometimes to funerals when we're afraid, of course for free. We give them medical equipment, rehabilitation equipment, of course we have money also. We send hot meals to the houses, to the hospitals. We are really their address. We have more than 32,000 volunteers who help us just to give all the help that we need nowadays. And we need, your help, your support. We appreciate it. We thank you for inviting us and just showing and introducing the organization to you. And then I just introduce what is really, really a miracle that we have. We have Ilanit Renana Swisa. They live in Kfar Aza in Israel, and the day of Simchat Torah, they had a miracle of surviving. I would like to ask them to come to the stage and just share with you their story. Thank you.
Thank you. It's very exciting to us to speak in front of you and to tell our story. And every time it's hard from the beginning. let's start from the beginning. I was lived in Tel Aviv, and before 15 years, I moved to the south. I was teaching theater in Sderot. It's a little town, you know where is Sderot? It's a little town under attack all the time. And I decided not to stay in Tel Aviv, live my life there, and start all from the beginning in Sderot. I was alone. I doesn't have a husband, no children, and I go to live there with the people who live there, and I want to help them to be one of them. And then after 2 years, I met Chezi, the father of Renana, and thanks God, we have Renana. And then we decided he lives in Kibbutz Kfar Aza. It's a very small place, very beautiful, all green, small houses, a very good community, very good people. We are like family. All the people there are like family. Each one of them is your brother, is your sister, because my family is in Ashdod. It's 1 hour far from Kibbutz Kfar Aza. So we are doing all our things together. And it was very beautiful place to live and to be and to work there. I'm filmmaker, I'm playwriter, I'm teaching many people and women how to make theater, and we have a very good life. And Renana, since she is born, she was living in the safe room. Each home have in Kfar Aza safety place, safety room. And Renana was living there because in all this year we had other attacks. All the time we have missiles, and during all this time, people asking me why you are still living there, because it was frightening. It was not secure to live there. And I say always, it's a beautiful place. We have a good community. It's in the middle of Israel, the state of Israel. It's not a place that someone say it's not in Israel, it's not Yehuda Shomron, if you know. It's a legal place to live in. It's not. There is no question about this place. And from time to time we have a soldier opportunity. You say? Operation. Thank you. She's the one that knows English. You heard her. So we have left our home now was little, and we go from our home for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and the IDIF does what it does, and we go back to our home. And Renana was always in a psychological treatment, how to deal with this thing, because you have several doors, it's an alarm, and you have to go to your room by 16 seconds. I don't know if can you figure out what can you do in such a little time. You can do nothing, but we know how to protect ourselves, and we stayed there. It was very important to us to live there, to be one of the family that live there and stay there. Don't live in. And in Simchat Torah, it was really nothing that no one of us can think about it. And I let Renana tell what happened in this day.
So, hi, my name is Renana. I'm 13 years old, and I will start by telling you what happened to me and my family that day. So, we woke up really early. It was around 6:30 a.m. And we woke up by all the alerts, and we understood that there are, again, missiles getting fired at us, which happens every few months, and it's pretty normal. And we thought we'll just be there a couple of hours and then go to a separate place in Israel. But what we didn't know is that we couldn't go out of Kfar Aza without the IDF. So we got into the safe room after the alerts went on, and then we started hearing gunshots. And we didn't understand what it was because that never happens and it never happened before. And my mom texted our neighbor and she asked her if she hears what's happening, and she told her to close all the windows and lock all the doors, and we understood that there are terrorists inside of the kibbutz, inside of my home. And we got in the safe room, me, my mom, my dad, my grandma that came for a visit for a weekend, and our 2 dogs. And we were there in the safe room for 16 hours. 16 straight hours where we didn't know what was happening all around us. We didn't know that our neighbors were getting killed and murdered one by one. We didn't understand that there are hundreds of terrorists all around our house, and we were really, by a miracle, saved and no terrorists came inside. In those 16 hours, me and my mom prayed a lot. I wanted to say Shaare Shalom because I really thought that this day was gonna be my last one. But my mom didn't let me because she said we can only do that if it's really gonna be our last minute, if the terrorist was gonna be already inside of our room threatening our lives. So we said some prayers and we read from the Tehillim. And we sang Shir Ma'alot, what you have written here. And we really had nothing to do. We had no plan, and we heard tanks going on, like really in front of our house, but we couldn't figure out if it was the IDF or it was the Hamas. And my mom texted her friends and told me some words of goodbye, and she told me how lovely it was raising me, and that I'm such a good kid, and that she loves me a lot. And then after 16 hours, we heard a knock on our door, and we weren't sure if it was really the IDF or the Hamas. And they told us, it's the IDF, you need to come out, we need to evacuate you. But we really weren't sure. And we tried to think of some ways to get them to tell us if it was really the IDF. And then they brought a woman from their team, and she talked to us. She said, "Hi, I'm Gaia. I'm the paramedic of this team. We need to evacuate you to a safer place in the kibbutz. Please, you're safe now. You need to go out with us." And in this time, my mom didn't know that, but I held a bottle of perfume in my hand, like a really small one that you buy in the airport. I just held it like this to throw it down. And then we opened the door because I told my dad, okay, I have no power left in my body to keep being here. So we opened the door and we saw that it was really the IDF and it was really our army. And that was the moment I just completely broke down and I cried and I got to hug 2 of the soldiers. And actually 2 weeks later, I got the number of the woman, of the paramedic that saved us. And I called her, and we had a very emotional video call. And then we had 5 minutes to pack all of our suitcase, all of our belongings, and one small suitcase. And so because I have a very messy closet, I just shoved my hand into the closet and took out whatever I could, which was apparently just a lot of pants and only one shirt. And then we took all of the suitcases and we got out, and we had a 5 minutes walk to a safer place inside the kibbutz where many of the soldiers were. And we were in another safe room for 2 more hours, and that was about 1 a.m. And then after we were in the safe room for 2 hours, we began a 1.5 miles walk to the gas station outside of the kibbutz. And I held a suitcase and my dog, and my mom went with my grandmother, and my dad is a kind of slow walker, so he was the last one. And then I started walking, and I saw around me that we walked in front of many cars, and I saw that each and every one of them was either completely burned, or our family car was ran over by a tank, and many cars were just completely full of bullet holes. And then we walked this way, and I remember I was looking to the side, and I just saw a house that looked completely normal on the outside, but when I looked through the window, I saw a flame, like a fire, that was burning from the inside. And then I looked for my mom because I couldn't find her, and I got very stressed out and started having a panic attack. And then one of our family friends saw me, and she just grabbed me and told me, "Listen, I know it's hard, but you have to keep yourself calm. You have to finish this walk. You can cry as much as you want after this, but you need to get yourself back together because you need to finish, you need to walk, you need to survive this. You can do whatever you want in 2 hours when you're in a safe place, but now you have to keep walking." And she was really the thing that kept me surviving through this walk until I found my mother on the way. And then we got to the gas station, and we got on a few buses which took us to Hodaya, which is near Ashkelon, and we stayed there for the night for about 5 or 4 hours. And that was I got the 2 hours of sleep, the first 2 hours of sleep in 24 hours. And they had some food to bring us there because they needed it for Simchat Torah, but there was no Simchat Torah. And then from there at 6 a.m., they drove us to Shaare, where we are right now. And that was pretty much the end of what happened there for me. And before I finish, I just want to tell you about 2 of my friends that are called Gali and Alma. And they're 2 very good friends of mine. I study with them in my class, and I play volleyball with them. And they are now held hostage in Gaza. And I just wanted to spread the word about them and tell you about them. That they are 2 very beautiful girls, and they are amazing volleyball players. And that we are all waiting for them and hoping that they will come back as soon as possible for us and come to us. And I think that's it. Thank you so much for hearing us.
I wanted to tell you a little bit about what happened in our kibbutz. First of all our neighbors around us, from left to right, to front to next to us, all of them get murdered. We are the only family that go out live, we don't know. Because all people ask us how it happened, we really don't know. It's just really very calm. And what we are doing here now, it's like Hanamini says, it's Pirsumanes. And we have 62 people that murder in our kibbutz. But it's not just 62 people. Every one of them is our brother, is a very, very close friend. It's like to lose your whole family together. And we have 18 people that are kidnapped in Gaza. We have one mother with 3 children. We have one mother, another mother with 3 children, and her husband and her daughter murdered. I think about her a lot. She doesn't know what's going on with her husband, if she's still alive. She doesn't know what's going on with her husband, with his daughter. She doesn't know that they murdered her. And we have one little girl. The two parents are murdered, and 2 of her brothers stay alive, and she is 3, just 3. Her name is Abigail. I want you to know about her and to pray about her. She's 3, and she's alone there. And I want to tell you another thing. In Kfar Aza, when you are little before army, you can get a room by yourself to go out from the parents' home and to get a room together with all the young people. It's called Dor Tza'ir, the place that the young living together, then sitting there, they eating together, they laughing, they have party, and this is the first place that is close to the border. This is the first place that the terrorists came in. Small little party, and they burned all the place, killed all these children, and this generation of young are not in life now in the kibbutz. So it's very, 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 we can understand it even. Each family lost one of her little child. So this is a very, very, we are suffering from this, not just, our story is really little story because they jump on us, like Pesach. They didn't, but other family fight with them, they shout on them. We have people that get hurt and go to the hospital, and thanks God, we really small story between all these things. And when you pray, please pray for our people that are still in hospital and still in Gaza. And I want to tell you,
I will tell you, when I was in the safe room, we were there for 16 hours, and I just thought what could help me in those moments. And then I promised, I told my mom, if we go out of here alive, I want to keep Shabbat. And she told me, no, what, are you crazy? She told me, are you crazy? Only Shabbat, it's very hard. And I told her, okay, so I want to keep 3 Shabbat as a thank you if you will make it out of here. And this Shabbat here was the first one out of the 3.
She also told me if we're gonna get out of here, I'll let you kiss me as much as you want.
Big mistake. No recommended.
She's already saying, but she loved that I kissed her now. Now we appreciated the life. It's unbelievable how we are, because now really we don't have nothing. We don't have a home. We don't know when we go back. We don't know where we go back, because all of Kfar Aza is now, it's not a place that we can live. First of all, it's a closed area, because the army is working there, it's a place of war. And even if it will end, it will take a lot of time to recover the place, to build it again, because a lot of houses get burned, get missile on them. And I don't know if I have the power to go back. I want to believe that we have the power, but I can't promise no one. Even Renana doesn't know if she wants to go back there, because it was so frightened. It's really, I don't know, in Hebrew we say pachad mavet. That fear, but this is the first time when people jump from the air and do some frightening thing. It's like pachad mavet, that fear, scared to death. Yes. So this was the really this feeling. I really believe that it will be the end. I wrote to all my friends, goodbye, thank you for loving me, thank you for having me your friend. I talked to Renana, thank you, she said, and to my mother, she's 80, she's 80, and I told her, thank you for raising me, I'm sorry that I brought you here to be with me in Simchat Torah, because I understand that she's gonna die, I'm gonna die. And she told me it's not your blame, you didn't know that such a thing will happen. But it was really so scary. So we don't believe that we get life from there. And we really believe that what helped us is what we sing together, the Shir Ma'alot, and Mimi, Michael, Ismail, Gabriel, you know these songs? And all this prayer help us. And now that Ilanit Renana bring us here to speak with you, I want to tell you really, we were at Shabbat in the community of Shammai, how do you call it? No, Ahavat Shalom. It was so it gave us strong to see you and the other, how much you care about Israel, and how much you love Israel, and how much we are important to you, and we are in your heart. So we're going back to Israel, first of all, to tell other people that we have power here, that love us, and take care about us, and think about us, and pray about us. So, as a Mitzvah, help us to know this thing, and to give us power to go and also as a Mitzvah, they took really, because you have to understand, all the people from the north and from the south are not at home now. All of them, they took them to the middle of Israel, because the both sides are attacked. And there is a lot of teenagers and people who are sick, and they need a therapy, but they can't do it in the place of their regular place because they are under attack. So Ezra Mitzion helped them to get the treatment that they need. So I want you to keep, please, pray for our country, for our soldier. Any day we lose a soldier, it's very hard for a lot of people to lose such a young people. You know, so a lot of people said, asking me, where was the army? You probably asking this question. So first of all, we don't really know what happened when we were in the safety room. The army took a lot of time to come, but when they come, they was really good inside when there was a lot of terrorists. Just in Kfar Aza, there was 300, and around us, 3,000. So, and the army didn't understand really what's going on, and we lost a lot of soldiers, a lot of brave soldiers. And they came us to Shfaim, and they said, yeah, and they asked for sorry from us.
They asked for forgiveness that they didn't came sooner, and they told us that now they got into Gaza now. They said that they are willing now to die for us as a last sorry for the fact that they didn't come sooner and that they didn't save more lives. Well, we told them that they don't need to feel like this because we are so grateful that the fact that in the end they came and they saved so many lives because so many were murdered, but at the end so many were also saved, and those soldiers saved our lives and our families' lives.
Thank you.
To answer some questions.
You want to?
Anybody has a question?
You want? Yes.
Someone want to ask questions? Or I can answer everything.
I'm here, okay?
My question is, why did they tell you to walk 1.5 miles? Why didn't the army or somebody drive you or something? Why do you have to walk? There's so many terrorists around. Why would you have to walk?
So for the older people, like the more elderly of the kibbutz, they had cars to drive them to the gas station. But when we had to walk, there were many soldiers around us with weapons and flashlights to keep us safe, and also as well as cars of the army. So we were completely safe in this walk. We didn't just walk alone.
I believe that they wasn't ready for this. They didn't have a lot of car, they didn't know what's going on. I spoke with some soldiers, they came by themselves, no one told them to come. They took the weapon, they took themselves, they called friends, they said, we have problem in Kfar Aza, let's go, and that's it. So we have the most strong IDF, but in this time it wasn't enough.
Yeah, questions. You mentioned that when you were in the safe room, you started to read the Tehillim, and it happened to be this more. What made you to read this more Tehillim in general?
Well, my mom, when she was little, she was very religious. So she knew a couple of prayers. I also know a lot about the Torah and Tehillim, but not as much as her. And I just asked her, give me something to read, give me something to believe in, give me some hope. And that's what she gave me. And that was the hope that I had this whole time.
You think this is what gave you the strength to survive, maybe?
I do, because if I didn't have hope, I would probably lose myself completely in those long 16 hours, because 16 hours to sleep, it's fine. I can sleep 16 hours, it's no problem, really. But to stay in one room, 4 family members and 2 very smelly dogs, it's not so fun. So that's how it really gave me hope.
We didn't have food, we didn't have water, we just stayed there. And we had some moment that my husband is suffering from diabetes. Diabetes. What you say? And I decided I get frightened, because if something would happen to him now, what am I gonna do? So I go to the kitchen, I crawl, and in order that the terrorists don't see me, I crawled and I just opened the refrigerator and took what I took, some bread and some cheese, and I go back, and this is the only thing that we eat. And my husband go and took water, and he didn't tell us that. He told us 3 days or 3 or 4 days after that he saw outside terrorists. So we go back quickly, and you know what also made us. It was a Saturday, it was holiday. I have a lot of friends that are religious people, and one of my best friend texted me, and then I understand that something very bad is going on, because if he is with the phone, and he tells me what's going on, I tell him this is our last day, we probably won't meet again. He said, no, you will. I told him, send us something to read, and he said to Renana some Tehillim, and Renana sent to her friends to read Tehillim. So, in the end of the day, this is what we have: Tehillim, Bible, Sefer Torah. We stick to this. Emunah, yes.
How much you were 16 hours in the same room? How much you knew about what's going outside? How much you knew? Second question, you had cell phone with you, I guess, right? Did you communicate with other people in Israel? Did other people, let's say in Tel Aviv, 9 o'clock in the morning, New York time, you knew already what's going on in Israel, which is like that a move for you guys. It seems like you stayed in the room many hours later. So how many information was out in Israel at the same time?
So we didn't know what was happening in Israel because we saw some footage on the news. We didn't understand how bad it really was in our kibbutz. We only saw what was happening in Sderot and more in like the big cities, and we didn't have time to everyone in Israel knew, and 7:30 what was happening. Everybody knew. Everybody texted. Everybody called you. And my mom has a lot of friends in Tel Aviv, and Petach Tikva, many in the center of Israel. So she just texted all of them during this time. I tried actually not to text with my friends a lot because as much bad as it sounds, I didn't want to leave anyone's last message. I didn't want to just throw it at someone.
We had in our kibbutz a group chat, and in the group chat we talked together, and people say, please come help us, the terrorists are in our home, they said location, and people from outside trying to send the army, but there's time that people say, please come help us, and then it stopped. and then when I realized that something very bad happened to them, my neighbors who really close to me, she probably was the first one, she and her husband and a child of her, one of her child, they probably was the first of the people that murdered, and she was close to me. And I all day text her and she didn't answer. And we understand that, we hope that maybe they kidnapped, because we can understand that they kidnapping people. But when we go out, when the army get us out, I look at her door and I saw her soldier in the home, but no one is getting out. So I understand that something very, very bad happened. And her daughter always told me, say, what is going on? Please tell me what is going on. And I can't tell her that I saw that her parents doesn't go out from the home, because I can't be the one telling this to her.
What was your, on October 6th, what was your view of how this conflict ends, and what is your view today?
Well, it's a complicated question. I always thought that most of the people in Gaza are willing to peace, want peace and dream of peace just as much as me and my friends and all the community and all the kibbutzim around us. But after the 7th of October, my perspective really changed, and although I do feel sorry about children in Gaza and innocent people, I don't believe as much that they want peace, because the Hamas only wants is just to kill as much Jewish people, not even Jewish people, people who are living in Israel. They killed even some Arabs and some workers from Thailand and many people who has nothing to do with Israel. They just want to kill and have no mercy. And that's not something I didn't knew before. And my mom talked about it, and then I thought about it myself, that we were really so dumb, because I don't know what we were thinking when they were firing missiles at us. They didn't just want to say, hi, we're here, what's up? They literally wanted to kill us, and they could have done it if we wouldn't have the IDF. And it somehow made sense to us that each 6 months or so, we just go up and hide on the house, stop everything we do, school, work, anything, and just come back after a week or 2 weeks. It's crazy to think about it now.
Can you describe your day-to-day now, like where you're living? Do you have your school? Do you have your people from your community are there? What's your life like now?
So, in the hotel that we are right now, most of the people there are families, because the plan is to start school in the next couple of weeks. Now, in this 2 months, I haven't had school at all, which I actually don't complain about. But we do have, we are living with friends, and there are some activities every day, and a few times a month, some famous people come, or singers, and everyone comes and listens to them and sing with them and party, just doing some fun stuff.
We are living in a very small room, all of us, with the dog. We are just 3 people, but there is a lot of family that is bigger than us, and they are still in one room. And we don't know for how long, and we don't know what will going on, what will be. But we have to tell you that it's amazing what happened in Israel, because all of the people came to us and asking to help us and want to be with us. Like as you hear in Israel, it's amazing because people coming all over the country want to help, want to give help, to whatever we need, really. So this is another miracle because before Israel was separated, and now we're feeling that we are together. It's a huge pride, but that's what we have now. Someone else? I don't hear you.
Do you think that there is a sense of betrayal from people working from Palestine?
I don't know. There's some people who say that we had a Palestinian worker and they told people who live where and who work where, and I don't know. I just know that they were very, very smart, okay? It's like in Yom Kippur, we was very arrogant, and here it's also, we wouldn't believe that they could do something in our very, very, very dark imagination. We thought they will come, it will be 1, 2, 3, 10 people, and our people who go first to protect us.
Emergency squad.
So there was no what to do, but first of all, they killed them. They didn't get to the place that they had the weapon even. So they really know what they do. They was professional, and we have to remember it and not to be so arrogant. This is my lesson.
Okay.
Arabs today think about us. How is it feeling for each other? How do you express that?
The Arabs?
Israeli Arabs. What is? How do they react to you guys now? What does it feel?
Well, I think really 99% of the Israeli Arabs are with us and support us, and believe that what happened in the 7th of October is completely horrifying. But of course, there's always this one evil percent that is laughing and posting on social media. But I think really most of them are completely on our side and believe in us and believe in what happened.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming. We have some brochures from Ezer Etzion if anybody wants to help them.
One
We
more
can give
thing
it. Of
from
course. And one last word,
One
please.
last word, yes? Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Renana and Ilanit. I just wanted to say that, as you heard, Israel is going through very difficult times. We have the hostages that we pray for. Me personally, I have like a friend of my son who was dead at the party. He was murdered there. His family didn't even know that he was in the party. Another friend of my son is like a soldier. He was very severely injured, and his wife was just about to give birth. So we are in very, very difficult times. And I want to tell you that we came from Israel, and all the time they say we stand for Israel. And now we sing together, Ilanit Renana, what it means. We felt how much you are with us. Some people came and told us we are so sorry that we can not help you more. We feel so bad about it. We want to help. So I just want to say that Ezer Etzion is really doing its best, helping the evacuees, the injured, and please, we need your support, your help. It's important, and visit our website, you can see what we're doing, And thank you. It warms our heart that you are with us. Thank you.